Let's go to page 145 and start with number 25. So you have f of x equal to blank times x plus 1. And over here, it gives you the numbers. You got 1 matched with 3, 2 matched with 5, 3 matched with 7, 4 matched with 9, dot, 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 dot. So what these numbers are, these are your x. Okay, so these numbers right over here, those are your x. And this number over here, that's your f of x. That's your input, that's your output. So to figure out what the blank space is, you just pick any of these and put in here. So that's it. If you put in here, so you got f of x equal to blank x plus 1. So if you choose the first set of information, so f of x is 3, right? So 3 and x equal to 1. And just put blank 1 plus 1. Okay, I'm just going to call it a. Okay, so that's just going to call it a. So assign a variable to it. So from here to solve, you just go ahead and minus 1 on both sides. So you're going to get 2 equal to a, and that's it. So the 2 is a, so 2 goes in the blank. Okay. So you can choose any number, it will work. Okay. Okay, let's go to number 27. Okay, so you got h of x equal to, I'm just going to put a blank space x, okay? And I'm going to call it a, okay? So again, the number the matching would be 1 will give you 2, 2 will give you 4, 3 will give you 8, and 4 will give you 16. Okay? Well, actually, this is kind of to the x. Okay, so this one you have to be very careful. Okay. So this is actually the exponent. So, okay, anyway, so let's go ahead and look. Okay, so yeah, this is, you have to be careful. This is actually x. Okay, so let's go and put the first set in here. So remember, this is your x, and it's your h of x, right? Okay, so if you use the first set of numbers in here, you're going to get. Okay, let's go and copy it first. I'm going to put a to the x, okay? So if you use the first set again, you're going to get 2 equal to a to the 1. So from here you can see that a is equal to 2, okay? Now, if you're not sure, you can always try different number. Let's go and try another number. Let's go and try this one, okay? So you got 16 equal to a to the 4, okay? And again, you can take the fourth root, or you can just 16 equal to 2 to the 4. You can do that. Okay, so you can see that a equal to 2. So it doesn't matter which one you use. Okay, so a equal to 2. So 2 goes in here. Okay. Yeah. So this one you have to be careful. It's not something times x. It's something to the x. Okay. Okay. Let's go to the next one. Okay, so you're looking for the domain. Domain is the value of x that you can have, and the restriction on that. Okay, so if you graph these, okay, if you make the table and graph this, the graph going to look something like this. So notice there's no restriction. X can go out forever this way. So when it goes, so you keep going, the x can go this way, x can go in this way. So again, the domain is the x, the x that you allow to have and not allowed to have. So in this case, since there's no restriction, and so the domain would be all real number. Okay, because there's no restriction on that. Okay, now let's go to number 31. So you got h of x equal to 2 over x squared plus 3. Okay? So in this case, what you want to do is looking for the restriction. Okay? What value that x cannot allow to have? Well, you're not allowed to have the denominator equal to 0, right? So if the denominator equal to 0, that is the number that is not allowed. So let's go and set it equal to 0. Let's go and find out what number you're not allowed to have. Okay, so again, when this equal to 0, that is a number that x not allowed to have. Those are called a restricted value. So you set it equal to 0 to find out what are the restricted value. Okay, so minus 3 on both sides. So x squared equal to negative 3. Okay, well in this case, remember we deal with the real numbers, right? So this is going to give you imaginary number. So in this case, there will be nothing. So there will be no excluded value, or there's no restriction. Okay. So in this case, answer will be all real number also, because there will be no restriction. Okay, because there's no x value can make this equal to 0. Okay, the real x value to make this equal to 0. So you don't have to worry about it. Okay. So this will never equal to 0 with a real number, because square is always positive. Positive plus 3 will never equal to 0. Okay. Okay, now let's go to the next one. Okay, so first we need to go and factor this in order to find out what would be the excluded value or the restricted value. Okay, so this one, again, if you go to the side, so you have to add to get the 5, you have to multiply to get the 6, right? So this is from your factoring. So if you try 1 and 6, no, 2 and 3, so this will work, right? 2 times 3 give you 6, 2 plus 3 give you 5. Okay. So there's no number in front, so it's 1, so you can just put whatever you have in here. So be x plus 2, x plus 3, okay? So that means when x equal to negative 2, so the excluded value, okay, so it means x cannot equal to negative 2, cannot equal to negative 3, okay? So those are the value that you're not allowed to have, okay? Because when x equal to negative 2, it will equal to 0. When x equal to negative 3, it will give you 0, okay? Okay, now let's go to number 35. Okay, page 145, number 35. Okay, you have f of x is equal to x squared minus 1, and g of x equal to 1 minus 2x. Okay, number 35, you have two parts. So you're looking for, let's do the first one. So you got f of g of 1. Okay? So when you're doing this kind of problem, okay, you need to go and get 3 columns. Okay? So these are given, but what you want to go and write it again, just go and get 3 columns ready. So you got room to work underneath. Okay. Okay. So you guys should, let's get rid of that. You just have 3 columns. It doesn't matter which one it comes first, okay? As long as you got 3 columns. Okay, so first you have to find g of 11. To find g of 11, you need to go and use this function. So you go g of 11, just line things up. So g of 11 equal to 1 minus 22. So g of 11 equal to negative 21. Okay? So this becomes f of negative 21. Okay. Oh, this g of 1. Back up. 1. It's not 11, it's 1. Okay. There we go. So 1 minus 2, and this will give you negative 1. There we go. Okay. So it becomes f of negative 1. Okay, so now to find f of -1, you have to use f function. So use over here. So you're looking for f of -1 means x becomes -1. And so whatever you see over here, whatever you see is whatever you put down here, right? So x equal to -1, so you just substitute. So f of -1 equal to 1 minus 1. So f of -1 equal to 0. Okay, so this will equal to 0. Okay, now let's go into the second part. You're looking for g of f of 1. Okay, so you can copy down your function. So what this point chart illustrates is that when you switch the function, most of the time the answer is going to come out different. There are some rare occasions that will be the same, okay? But most of the time it will not be the same. So this time you have to use the f function first, okay? So you have to do the f1 minus 1, okay? And then f of 1 equal to 1 minus 1, so f of 1 equal to 0. So this becomes g of 0, right? F of 1 equal to 0. So now it becomes g of 0. So to look for g of 0, you have to come over here. Okay, so it becomes 1 minus 2 times 0. So g of 0 equal to 1 minus 0. So g of 0 equal to 1. So this will equal to 1. So make sure when you're doing this is called a composite function. When you're doing a composite function, get 3 columns or whatever number of columns you need, and that way you can work underneath. Okay. Okay, let's go to the next one. Okay, number 37. Okay, again, let's go and look for f of g of 2 first. Okay, and since we have f and g, we need to use the f function. And we need to get a g function. Okay. Okay, so we need to get g of 2 first, so we have to use this function. So let's go g of 2 equal to 1 minus 2 times 2. So g of 2 equal to 1 minus 4. So g of 2 equal to -3. So this becomes f of -3 because g of 2 is -3. So you just do the substitution, right? Okay. And now it becomes simple function. So you need to look for f of -3. So you come over here, f of -3 equal to -3 squared minus 1. F of -3 equal to 9 minus 1. Again, none of everything. So f of -3 equal to 8. Okay, so this is equal to 8. Okay, now let's go and do the other way. Let's go and do the g of f of 2. Again, we're going to switch the function, right? Switch the order. Again, functions are, you know, I kind of use an illustration of the washing machine and dryer. Okay, this is like when you put a clothes in the washing machine first, and then you put after that you put in the dryer, you come up something like that, right? This is like you do the opposite. You put the laundry in the dryer first, then after you use the washing machine. So you can see the results going to come out different, right? So the function, when you reverse the order, the results going to come out different, okay, or most of the time. Okay, so this one you have to do the f of 2. So let's go and do f of 2. So f of 2 equal to 4 minus 1. So f of 2 equal to 3. So this becomes g of 3, right? Because f of 2 is 3, right? Okay, so now to find g of 3, let's come over here. So you got g of 3 equal to 1 minus 2 times 3. Right? So again, whatever you see x, that's what the value is going to be, right? So g of 3 equal to 1 minus 6. So g of 3 equal to -5. Okay, so this will equal to -5. Again, you can see that when you switch the order of the composite function, the result come out different. Okay, now in some rare functions, they will come out the same, but that's very rare. Most of the time, it's going to come out different. Okay, let's go to the next one. Okay, so you got f of 2, and in this case, since you're going to use the f function twice, so I'm going to write the f twice. Okay, so f of x equal to x squared minus 1. Okay, So I'm going to do the first one. So f of 2 equal to 2 squared minus 1. So f of 2 equal to 4 minus 1. Okay, so f of 2 equal to 3. Okay, so this becomes f of 3. Okay, because f of 2 is 3. Okay, so now I'm going to use the second one. Okay, so you can, because both are f, that's why I'm using both f's. Okay, and I'll just write down so you got room to work underneath and help you to keep your thought together so you don't get confused. So now it becomes f of 3. So I'm going to do f of 3 minus 1. So f of 3 equal to 9 minus 1. So f of 3 equal to 8. Okay, so this is equal to 8. Okay. Okay, so now let's go and do the next one. Next one is f of 2 times f of 1. Okay, so now you got f of 2 times f of 1. So again, there are two f functions. So I'm going to get 2 of them ready. So this is whatever you're going to use over here, that's what you're going to put here. So that's going to do this one over here. So let's do the f of 1. So f of 1 will equal to 1 squared minus 1. So f of 1 equal to 1 minus 1. So f of 1 equal to 0. So this becomes f of 2 times 0. So this becomes f of 0. Right? 2 times 0 is 0. Okay, so now let's go and use the second f function. So f of 0, right, again, just line it up. So what you're saying is, what you see over it tells you that whenever you see x, you make it into 0. Okay? So f of 0 equal to 0 minus 1. So f of 0 equal to negative 1. So this will equal to negative 1.